It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Prime Time.
It's been the home of the Chiefs since 1972. GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The spirit of these fans not dampened by the weather. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen, nice and dry up here in the booth. But Greg, rain throughout the day, going to rain on into the night. So this one is going to be a little bit of a challenge for these players.
Yeah, Mike, and even as you said it, you're exactly right. Down on the field before the game, the field looked in really good condition. But the number one decision, you got to be in there as a player, talking to your equipment staff, get the right cleats. The length, are they molded? Are they screwing? How deep are they screwing? Make sure when you come out and that game kicks off, you are confident in your footing. Don't let a couple bad plays go against you early, and then you got to kind of change shoes and scramble. Get that done in pregame, confident going in, and let the game unfold the best it can.
This will be returned from the 6. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
For so many years, Mike, the conversation was, is Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback in the NFL? And I think now, after winning back-to-back Super Bowls 3 and 4 years, it's not so much, is Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback in the NFL now? It's, is he entering the conversation as being one of the best quarterbacks of all time? I certainly am one of those people that believe that's the case. He has a chance through the rest of his career now, not even being 30 years old, to accomplish a lot of things that are unheard of at the NFL level.
He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Off the play fake, Mahomes. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
What a luxury. There's certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. He's going to tuck it and go. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
And this is something the defense knew they had to contain coming in today, Mike. They worked all week on containing this quarterback. But here we are, early on in the game, a nice scramble there, good yardage, and he's able to pick up the first down.
They put Kelsey in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. To the left side in the hands of Rice. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And he'll take it on in. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Chiefs. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year 2. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year 2, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year 2 is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
So we've played one quarter here on a Monday night. It's the Chiefs on top. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. Second and 11. They'll go right back to Mixon. He'll work forward for a couple. Chris Jones, the All-Pro, there on the tackle. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Here's Stroud. They try to work the screen with Mixon. The screen works for 10 yards and a 1st down.
The best time to call a screen is when the defense is anticipating pass. Allow that defensive front to rush the passer. Just get through the offensive line enough before you drop it to your back. Get out behind those big offensive linemen and pick up the 1st down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Man in motion, it's Diggs. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Just watch the speed of the pursuit out of this safety on this tackle, Mike. His ability to play from depth and attack the line of scrimmage and meet that ball carrier in the hole and keep him to no gain. You don't see a lot of safeties able to make that tackle in the open field. That's pretty impressive.
On second down, Stroud. That'll be taken in by Mixon. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out in front. Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
So, on fourth down, on comes Tommy Townsend to punt for Houston. Oh, a miss hit there, off the side of his foot. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Chiefs offense going to take over now for the second time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. Jalen Petrie up to make the tackle. Two minutes remain. First half in a 7-0 game. We'll return to Arrowhead after this. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him, and we'll bring up third down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
He'll try and get there on the ground. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
That's into the hands of Worthy. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts, and they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go until halftime. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Mahomes. Got a man. It's Kelsey. Complete. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points. But either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points.
Play fake. Now it's Mahomes. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. They continue to roll, continue to move the chains. That was a gain of 15.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break?
That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Xavier Worthy touchdown, Kansas City.
All week, we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Texans offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense, and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stroud. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a 1st down. Now, Stroud. That's caught. It's Dameon Pierce. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Stroud going to set up to throw. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports Halftime Report. In the first half, we saw some strong play from Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
Not letting up. It continues to be a factor here as we get back underway in the second half. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Texans offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They'll run out of the gun with Mixon. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop. They'll give this to Mixon, running right. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
Throwing is Stroud. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
The Texans set to punt this one away. They'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. And this is going to pin him back. It's out of bounds inside the 10. The Chiefs offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start first and 10. Uh-oh. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
Motion man is Rice. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Mahomes now on second down. Over the middle, that's Kelsey. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
A pair of first downs gives them first and 10 up at the 40. To throw is Mahomes. He'll get that complete to Isaiah Pacheco. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a first down. Now, Mahomes. Open man is Hopkins. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. A handoff to Pacheco. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down. On the carry, it's Pacheco. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. Once again, it's Pacheco. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, they'll use another timeout on this side of it at 1:55. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. A give here to Pacheco. Whistles here and a timeout. Defense going to take this one with 1:51 to go. On 4th down, Super Bowl champ Harrison Butker now for the Chiefs. This will be a 48-yard attempt. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs stake themselves to a 17-0 lead.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit, he does a great job here able to put that one through.
The return starts from the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Texans offense back onto the field for their next possession. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Stroud. That's caught downfield by Diggs. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play. The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer, as they score here in the final minute of play. Greg, that is a dream for a quarterback and a receiver. And now the referee looks like he has gotten word from replay. They're going to stop the game inside the last 2 minutes. All replays emanate from there. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board.
The kick is good. Makes the score Chiefs 17, Texans 7.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. 1st and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. One in the win column for the Chiefs. It was a game played in a driving rainstorm, but they would not let the field or the conditions deter them in any way. They're going to come away from here with a well-earned victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Chiefs victorious, as we say, so long from Arrowhead.